Hey, salam alaikum, folks. The first video I wanted to make is about being more security conscious with our communications, electronically and so forth. We should be aware that, consistently for decades, anybody that is, involved in protests, marches, actions, events, any kind of, organizing at all, is going to be, subject to monitoring by local police, sheriff's departments, the federal government, sometimes, international private security companies like G4S, Tiger Swan, right-wing groups trying to hack, leftist communications and so forth. One of the things I recommend is encrypted apps. They're pretty easy to install. There's a whole bunch of them out there. But the two that I use are Signal and Wire. And Signal is the one I recommend the most because it's been tested by security experts for years and has just consistently been proven to be the most reliable app. And basically what it does is it encrypts text messages and phone calls. So, and if you're talking to somebody who also has the Signal app, then your texts and phone calls through that app, is encrypted. It also allows you to have like group text message chats and things like that. So it really cuts down on any third party being able to hack in. Another app is Wire, and it's similar to Signal. It encrypts it from end to end. But one of the things a lot of people like about Wire is you don't have to actually use your phone number in the app itself. You can use an email address. So that's particularly useful for like group chats where maybe not everybody really wants to share their phone number with everybody else. The only thing with Wire is it does tend to store more data than Signal, which is why me and a lot of folks, especially the experts, consider still Signal to be an improvement over Wire. But I feel that both are pretty good. Both of them also allow you to set message timers anywhere from like a few seconds to like a week or so that messages will automatically disappear from, your device and the recipient's device after a set amount of time. These encrypted apps, they are very important, which is why me and a lot of folks use them, but they're a supplement. They're not a replacement for poor security practices. So they're only as effective as, the people you trust on the other end, for one. Another thing is, it is important to keep your phone, secure in other ways. Like, for instance, try to make sure, you don't have malware and things like that on the phone. And then another thing, too, is, a lot of people lose their phones. A lot of people get their phones stolen. And what good is using encryption to talk to somebody or text messages to somebody if somebody, gets a hold of their phone? Especially getting arrested at protests and things like that, the cops then get a hold of your phone. And so a simple way to beef up security in that regard is to use like a screen like lock. You can use a PIN code to where only you and maybe a trusted other person know that code, and then you have to enter that code to unlock it. I understand the importance of social media like Facebook, Messenger, Instagram. I mean, they're all valuable tools for getting information out there. But in terms of if you're actually trying to have private communications to organize for actions, talk about really important stuff going on in our communities, anything that would be potentially sensitive communication that you wouldn't want the cops or right-wingers or so forth to read. Those aren't the tools to be used to communicate with. I mean, use an encrypted app. Don't be using Facebook Messenger. Just because you are sure that you're not doing anything illegal doesn't mean that's true. I mean, the laws are not written for us, and courts can interpret them in different ways. Police make the laws up as they go along. It's also about protecting other people you're communicating with. You don't know who in your organizing spaces and movements may be more at risk than you. It's a collective responsibility to try to make sure that we're all keeping each other safe. It's just like if you leave a door unlocked, maybe you're not worried about your safety, but at your house, but there's other people in the house, maybe it would, it could put them at risk. And same thing, even if you're not concerned, just using good security in our conversations, it protects all of us. Anyway, that's all for now. Salam alaikum.